They treat us like we're animals or some type of threat to society when they are the real threat. Have you seen the exchange between Donald Trump and the Liberian president? Originally, I was just getting ready to come on here and yap and poke fun, but the truth is, it's just not funny anymore. The blatant disrespect of people of color, black people, African Americans, they insult our intelligence. They treat us like we're animals or some type of threat to society when they are the real threat. All we want is to be left alone. I'm tired of watching the news. I'm tired of it. Like, it's literally to the point where I am strongly considering leaving the U.S. And I'm not talking about just something that I'm just saying. Like, I am literally trying to make plans to take my family to somewhere where we don't have to deal with this shit anymore.
America doesn't exist without black Americans.
That's just facts. Built this whole damn country for free. Every brick, every rail, every road laid with blood and sweat that never got a paycheck. And what did they get in return? Chains, whips, red lines, nooses, Jim Crow, COINTELPRO, prisons, knees on necks, bullets in backs. Ain't no other group forced to love a country that hates them like this. That's strength. That's America. 400 years of free labor built the economy. Cotton alone was worth $3 billion in 1860. That is trillions today. Wall Street, founded on slave trade. The White House, built by enslaved hands. Every dollar ever printed got black labor backed into it. But tell a racist that and they act like it's a history opinion. They fought in every war. Crispus Attucks bled first for this country in 1770. Black soldiers saved America in the Civil War. Hell, World War II fought Hitler while getting lynched at home. Vietnam drafted in disproportionate numbers. The thanks they got: GI Bills blocked, housing loans denied, neighborhoods flooded with heroin by their own government. Look it up. And you still got racists yelling, "Go back to Africa," like they ain't the original stolen property. Malcolm X said it best. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock landed on us. Ain't that the truth? Black folks got every right to hate this place, but they stay. They fight. They create. They revolutionize. America wouldn't exist without them, and it damn sure would collapse without them.
We cannot deny a fact that black Americans are living. Black Americans are surely leaving America. Not all of them, because we still have some who are in denial that Africa is the best place to go, and we accept that choice. But a lot of black Americans are leaving. And for them leaving America, it makes white people to panic, or the white system to panic. Why? Because black Americans have been the engine of America for too long. And there's a video where they asked ChatGPT, what will happen when black Americans leave the USA? And the results that ChatGPT gave, it is the most that was shocking the most. Okay, it was shocking the most.
So, since there's so many of y'all on here talking about go back to Africa, you should go, blah blah blah, I decided to ask ChatGPT, Chat, what would happen if all black Americans left the U.S. and returned to Africa? And one thing ChatGPT do not do is lie, baby. So this is what ChatGPT said. This is food for thought for everybody who's saying go back to Africa. So first, black Americans make up 14% of the U.S. population and contribute significantly to healthcare, education, sports, entertainment, government. And a sudden departure would create significant labor shortages. That's one. Two, Black Americans contribute over $1.7 trillion annually to the U.S. economy. A departure like that would create a sudden loss of economic power. 3, Black-owned businesses which employ millions of Americans would shut down or relocate, shifting the wealth to whatever country all of us went to. Number 4. Now this one gonna really piss you off. This one gonna piss you off. Loss of cultural influence. Black Americans, and I quote, Black Americans have shaped U.S. culture through jazz, hip-hop, and blues, fashion, language, and sports. Their departure would significantly alter America's cultural identity. Of course, we know that there will be a shift in elections, particularly for the Democratic Party. There won't be a need for NAACP and Black Lives Matter. But here's where it gets good again. A decline in innovation. Blacks foster creativity and innovation. The loss of racial diversity could slow technological advances. See, y'all ancestors ain't tell y'all how sick y'all was. See, y'all, before y'all found us, y'all was fighting each other. See, ain't nobody passed that information on to y'all. Y'all don't know about all that. See, our people passed information on. Y'all people didn't. Y'all wanted to be lost in translation, but we know. We know.
So Black Americans are leaving and white people are panicking because they can't replace them. You can never replace Black Americans with anyone else. You can't replace them with Africans. You can't replace them with Latinos. You can't replace them with China or Chinese or Japanese or anyone else. Okay? Now that's the video I'm going to talk about today. And Grand Rising Kings and Queens from Africa and across the ocean, welcome back to this YouTube space. Before I continue with my talk or with my rant, I want you to watch these clips first and then we come back with more commentary.
A lot of people talk about how Black people have an outsized impact on culture. I would argue that they are American culture, right? Every good part of American culture comes originally from Black people. Our economic foundation, if you read The Half Has Never Been Told by Edward Baptiste, it talks about how in the 1800s and the 1900s, we really benefited from heavily subsidized, essentially free labor, right? Slavery's impact cannot be understated in our ability to grow this nation at such a rapid rate. We owe them everything, right? And from slavery, from that comes all of the modern music we love, right? The blues, jazz, all born out of a time when Black people had no hope for the future, right? So they would sing, and all of that became the music that is loved internationally. If you go anywhere in the world, the American music that people are listening to all comes from Black people, right? So when there's any controversy about this Juneteenth, I really want people to think long and hard about where this country would be without Black people. Essentially nowhere, right? We definitely wouldn't be cool, right? You wouldn't be able to go to a cafe in Amsterdam or a nightclub in Bangkok and listen to things that are familiar to you. All of that is due to Black people.
I don't think there's anybody more patriotic than a Black person.
How so?
I mean, we've been here since the inception of this idea of what American is. We are deeply ingrained in the fabric of this country. This country would not be if it was not for us. So I have to claim that patriotism. Otherwise, I'm just handing it over to somebody to give me the definition of what it means to be American. But I know what the definition of what it means to be American is, and I'm the definition of an American.
Seriously, I'm going to keep saying this until I die. American culture is Black American culture. It just gets filtered out and watered down and whitewashed until they can give credit to a white guy. Jazz, country, rock and roll, rap, all Black American creation. And then you want to move to the protest side. Bro, Not only did Black Lives Matter spark actual other things like Asian Lives Matter and Queer Lives Matter and Trans Lives Matter, but on the flip side, when racist assholes were trying to say, well, Blue Lives Matter, through humanity, what happened is it translated into less of a sarcastic thing and more into a genuine, like, support your nurses and firefighters and EMTs. So even the people who might be the most discriminatory, they gotta think of Black American for their own fucking views.
White birth rates are in free fall. White Americans have a fertility rate of 1.5 live births per woman, well below the replacement level of 2.1. White Canadians, 1.3. Europe's average is around 1.4, with Italy, Spain, and Germany being among the worst. White majority countries now have more deaths than births each year. They're literally aging into extinction demographically. Civilization collapse is not a metaphor, it's math. The population pyramid is upside down. Too many old people, not enough workers, not enough babies. Schools in rural white towns are closing due to lack of kids. Entire regions in Europe and North America are turning into gray zones. Old, frail, and dependent. A dying birth rate is a ticking time bomb. It means no soldiers, no teachers, no nurses, no taxpayers, no future. They traded babies for freedom. The modern Western lifestyle prioritized individualism, career, pleasure, convenience. They said, I don't want kids. It's too expensive. I need to travel. Parenthood would ruin my vibe. Feminism, consumerism, and sexual liberation and a post-religious mindset detached people from family, tribe, legacy, and duty. They mastered wealth, tech, and power, but they forgot how to make life. And now they're importing fertility. With no homegrown workers or soldiers, they need immigrants to keep the lights on. Africans, South Asians, Arabs, Latin Americans. Western countries are quietly saying, if you can't birth it, buy it and import it. Multiculturalism wasn't just an ideology. It became a demographic survival. The raw truth is that Western civilization is not dying from the war. It's dying from the bedroom. Not with a bang, but with a silence. No kids, no cries, no cradles. The West conquered the world, but forgot to make babies. So now they're slowly importing the future from the same people they once colonized.
Black people are still resting, and they're gonna be resting for quite some time, okay? Because I don't think y'all understand the severity. Like, I think that there are some people out here that think that Black people are playing and that we'll eventually get over this and we'll get back to work. No. We will get back to work in our community. Black Americans will be okay because we've put in the work. It's the rest of the people of color groups that have not put in the work because they came to this country with rights that Black Americans fought and bled and died for. So when Black people say that we are resting, that is what we mean. It is not just this election. It is not just this. It is a culmination of so many disappointments from our existence on this stolen land. Okay? Because let's be clear. America is a stolen land built by stolen people. At the end of the day, that is what America is. Black Americans decided that they wanted to make something out of nothing. And that is what we have done for hundreds of years and have literally laid a table together for everybody to be equitable. Okay? Equitable. All we want is equity, not revenge, not a leg up in the world, but equity across the board. And because America said that that's not what she wants, everybody is going to have to reap what they sow. Black people have been sowing seeds of equity, civil rights movements, voting rights movements. We have been sowing good seeds. So over the next 4 to 8 or however many years, Black Americans are going to be okay. It's all the other groups that we were worried about. But y'all let us know y'all not worried about yourselves, so we can't.
Can we talk? It's been a while. I know. But black women, we're still resting. Yep. Black people as a whole, we are tightening up our ship. Black people as a whole, we are building community amongst each other. Everything else around us is just a distraction at this point because we warned, we shared information, infographics, data, and statistics of what might happen. And clearly, people did not believe that fat meat is greasy. And that video that I just shared was a couple of days after the election, after I had gotten all the tears out, after I had cried it out, after I had prayed it out, all the things. And I said, this was different because the levee of trust broke all the way, right? Black people have lived in a certain, Black Americans, the descendants of the enslaved, have lived on this stolen land for quite some time, and we understand patterns. We understand when the shift in the atmosphere changes, and we move accordingly. And what we're seeing is we have conditioned ourselves to do that. We have conditioned ourselves to pivot when the temperature changes. And a lot of people now are seeing the temperature change, not just feel it, but see it in real time, and they don't know how to react, and they don't know how to deal. So anybody that is getting on this app trying to tell Black women to do anything, trying to tell the 80% of Black American men to do anything right now other than do what we've been doing the past 10, 11, almost 12 months, you're part of the problem, not the solution. I hate to say it, but some of us ain't gonna make it because we too busy trying to argue with stupid. We too busy trying to argue with stupid. And I just refuse. This is your friendly reminder. We know how we got here. Our rest is important. How we mobilize look different. A lot of the revolution will not be televised. And that's why a lot of folks is mad, because they don't know what we doing and it scares them. Okay? So while you all are building out your community, while you are tightening up the ship, whether you all are saving more money, because when I tell you, I get annoyed when I have to spend any amount of money because I have gotten so, like, I work hard for my money, and I'm not just about to give it to anybody or anything, because it's apparent y'all don't care about my money. Y'all care about my money, but y'all don't care about me, and that's a problem. It's some places I don't go no more. It's some people I don't see anymore, because at the end of the day, we have got to guard our gates. We have got to guard our peace. We have got to guard our energy, because the more chaos ensues, the more dangerous people get. The more, people do stuff because they just can't pinpoint what Negroes is doing, and they mad about it. So at the end of the day, make sure that you are moisturizing. SPF is necessary for us. Drink your 6 to 8 glasses of water or more. Make sure that you are getting in the gym. As I talk to you, I'm talking to myself, because we in for a long ride, but it is nothing that our ancestors have not done that we cannot do again and better, to make sure that when we come on the other side of this, we don't have to, this can literally just be a lesson. But this is a hard lesson because now everybody is learning it, because y'all just didn't want to believe Black people who have been oppressed in this land for quite some time. Yep, slavery is ended, but systemic racism is everywhere. And now y'all are figuring out that racism, classism, otherism, it's all on the same boat now. So, y'all be well.
This reality Black Americans are preparing to live, and some of them are surely living. Not all, but many of them. And the worst part is that white America is like they have realized they can't do without Black people. Okay? Not with the migrants, not with machine, not with AI, not even with their own population, because their birth rate is collapsing. That's reality. And Carol Anderson, she is a professor, once said something powerful, that Black people have always been the glue holding America together, okay? Have been the glue holding America together while being treated as disposal. or disposable. Now, the glue is melting, okay? The glue is melting. And Black Americans have started looking towards Africa. Black Americans have started looking towards freedom, looking towards building something that does not require them to shrink or to beg or to just to look for approval. And that's why I'm saying this. White America is panicking because they finally realize that you can't oppress the engine of your survival. You can't oppress the engine of your own survival. So this is not something random. You have seen videos where Black Americans are building billion-dollar companies here. The celebrities, the influencers, the normal one, everyone want to come to Africa. Now, there's a comment I read about a black American. She said this. She wants to come to Africa so badly, but she does not have that money. And that is something that is eating or that's making a lot of Black Americans not to come, because the government or the system is not making them possible to have their freedom, you know. So there's a lot of barriers. There's a lot of things to pay so that just a Black American or a Black person can just go to Africa, you know. And all of these barriers are being kept there to make sure they minimize the number of Black people who are coming to Africa. But you know what? What is happening right now is the results of 400 years of psychological, economic, political, and spiritual pressure. Okay? And what is happening, it is just reaching a breaking point. It has reached a breaking point and things are breaking apart. Now, number one, Black Americans are living because, one, the American dream exposed Black as a lie, or the American dream exposed as a lie. Because for decades, Black Americans carried the dream of on their backs, okay? They built it, they defended it, they fought in every year. They made the culture that sells America to the world. But the dreams was never built for them. As Professor James Baldwin said, I love America more than any other country, and for that reason, I reserve the right to criticize her endlessly, okay? The reason why Black people have been fighting for America, the reason why Black people have been marching is because they love the country. But the country they are falling in love with, it's not giving them back. And that's all that it takes. They are not appreciated for what they have done in the country, okay? And Baldwin won the country. He told them that if you keep treating Black people as your enemy, you will destroy yourself, because destroying Black people is destroying your own self. Treating Black people bad is treating your own self bad. And today that prophecy is fulfilling itself. You know, you can see when there's a rise of anti-Black hostility is happening right now, it's because of fear. The fear of white is rising. White discomfort is rising. White fragility is rising. And instead of dealing with it, America is turning Black progress into a threat. Okay? Every time Black people get educated, they panic. Every time Black people win on something, they panic. Every time Black people start a business, they panic. Why are they panicking? Okay? Why are they panicking? So Black Americans are saying, instead of us giving you pressures and this and that, why should we live, go to a place where our very existence is treated like a, like special? Why are we living in a country where our existence is like a crime? Let us go to a country where our existence is of importance to them. It's our home. It's our identical home, you know? And that's why a lot of them, they are living. And on this note, Africa is rising. Africa is rising, and Black Americans are seeing it. And this is one of the biggest reasons why whites are panicking. Because for the first time in centuries, Africa is rising economically, Africa is rising politically, Africa is rising spiritually, Africa is rising technologically, and Black Americans are seeing that. Black Americans are watching Rwanda rising, Kenya rising, Ghana rising, and that's why they are going to invest there. So maybe home is not bad as they have been being told, you know? And that's exactly what Malcolm X meant when he said that you can't hate the roof of the trees and not hate the tree. White America has built an entire system on teaching black Americans to reject Africa. But right now, black Americans are recognizing, and that connection is powerful. Okay? But I'm happy that number of white people, for example, the white Gen Zs, have started to realize that they can't do without black people. Why? Because if you look at the things that black Americans have done for the country, no one has done like that. If you look how they are influencing the culture, the culture of America is mostly influenced by the culture of black people. The winning of America in any sports is because of the winning of black people. If America succeed in innovation and invention and some things, it's because of black America. When America is being said to be a lot more fashion than any other country, it's because of black people. So you cannot do without black people. The youths are dancing to the trends of black people because they know black people are the only one who creates trends. Trends on slurs, trends on dances, trends on everything. So you cannot avoid black people and you just be in peace, just be happy. Anyone must have black people around. And they know that. They know that. And right now, black people just want ownership. The reason why they are living, they don't want survival, they want ownership. Okay? Black people are tired of surviving. Black people are tired of adapting. Black people are tired of being resilient. Resilient is not a badge of honor. Resilient is a sign of suffering. Okay? Black Americans right now, they want freedom, they want land, they want wealth, they want safety. So for them living, for those black Americans who are living, it's not because they are running. It's because we have other things to do. We have other things to do as black people. You black American, I know it is not your will every time to march. It is not your will every time to call out racist people. It is not your will every time to get bullied, to get followed. You want to make something out of you. And that's why a lot of you are leaving. I'm not saying those who are not leaving ain't good. No. What I'm just saying, a number of black people are leaving. Okay? And it's a threat. And this, we have a spiritual dimension here because this is where it gets deep. The exodus of black people, it is not political. It is not economical or it's not social. It is spiritual. Okay? Now, let me talk about the Return to Africa movement. Because the Return to Africa movement is real. Contrary to what mainstream media tells you, black Americans are seriously looking at Africa. They are seriously looking at that. They are seriously locating. They are building. They are buying land. Okay? They are building businesses. They are reconnecting spiritually. And Ghana year of return was only the beginning because Kenya is rising and black Americans are going there. Ghana is rising and they are going there. Rwanda is rising, Botswana is rising, Tanzania is rising, and black Americans are watching. So this is to add to many of the videos I've made about black American returning to motherland, trying to tell you that you may think that you are the only one who don't want to go to America or want to go to Africa. But a lot of your people are going back to Africa. They are searching for their identity. They are not coming to Africa because they want to relax. They are not coming to Africa because they just want to enjoy for vacation and everything. They are coming to Africa because they are looking for something that has been missing for too long. So I just urge each and every black American who is listening to this video, don't underestimate Africa. Don't underestimate those who have made decision to come. Don't say they are bad or they are something else, because there is something deeper meaning into this. Exodus of black people, it is real, it is happening, and it is changing the world. It is causing chaos and mayhem across the world. It is making the white systems to tremble and to fear. Okay? And we need to make all this happen. We need to unite. I know there is some black people who are not descendants of Africa, but we may say this at the end of the day. Every soul in the face of the earth, their origin is from Africa. Okay? Tell me what you think on this on the comment section. Until next episode, peace out.